Hey guys, Jasmine here and Tiffany. We're here today because it is spooky season. We know we've been away for a little while because, life is life and sometimes it's like that. So we were thinking because Halloween is this weekend that we would pick some of our top five favorite Halloween movies. I picked a list of five and she picked a list of five, and we're going to say what ours are. And it's going to be in no particular order, by the way.
No favoritism.
Yeah, no favoritism at all. And what's going to be interesting is I don't know what she picked and she doesn't know what I picked. So we could have picked the same thing. So we'll see if we were twinning on this or not. So you want to go first?
One of mine I picked was House of the Devil. That's one of my favorite ones because that it was done in 2009 and it was directed by Ty West. But the reason why I like it so much is because it feels like it's almost like if you like R.L. Stein books, like it almost has that kind of vibe. And it's interesting
Yeah.
because it was made in 2009, but when you're watching it, you don't really like feel like it's a 2000 movie. It feels like it's in the 80s, but they never let you know what setting that like what time setting it is, but it just has that 80s horror vibe that I really love. And I actually had watched it before on I think it was MTV, and I never got to finish it, and I kept thinking about it, and I was like, I want to see this movie. Like I was like, I just remember this movie it had this babysitter and this weird situation with pizza, and I want to know what was going on with the pizza. I'm not going to spoil it, I'm not going to tell you everything about it, but yeah, it was a really good movie. But it involves typical babysitter like horror type of things, but it's got some nice little twists in it. But that's why I liked it, because it was very unexpected, and like I said, it stuck in my mind until I finally got to watch it. And the fact that it was directed by Ty West, who directed Maxine, Pearl, and X, is kind of cool.
Yeah, that movie is interesting. Like I remember her talking to me about it for the longest time and being like, "There's this movie that I watched that I was looking at one night and it was really creepy. And there was a girl, she was babysitter, she ordered pizza, and that's all I can remember." And I'm like, "What are you
I was like,
talking
why
about?"
does it taste funny? What's in the pizza?
And so I finally watched the movie with her for the very first time, and this was like,
And it's like not even completely about the pizza, by the way. It's just like that's part of it, but
no,
just watch it.
no, it's not.
We'll,
But
and we'll list the movies that we talk about at the
oh yeah,
bottom so you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
can find them.
yeah, duh. And so onto my pick. One of the movies that I picked from my list was The Faculty, directed by Robert Rodriguez, which I did not realize until like I got much older that Robert Rodriguez was the one who directed the film because I love Robert Rodriguez films. But The Faculty is just one of those campy, fun, scary movies. It's about a bunch of high school kids who are trying to, stop an alien invasion because aliens are taking over the school. Like basically, it's kind of like Revenge of the Body Snatchers, which, by the way, I've never seen that.
Isn't it
205.
Invasion of the Body?
Yeah, sorry, invasion. Excuse me, invasion of the body snatchers. Correction, invasions of the body. Invasion. I mean, I told you I've never seen the movie. Okay, give me a break. But anyway, so I just love the movie, and it has a great cast because it's got Clea Duvall, Usher, Elijah Wood, I mean Jordana Brewster. My love, my love. Josh Hartnett. Because who didn't love him? He was an absolute heartthrob, and in his own way in that movie, he was. Zeke
It
was.
was a scrappy,
Yeah, but
what is it?
but
Grungy heartthrob.
but what's crazy is one of
I,
those.
I said grungy heartthrobs were in back then.
But it's so crazy because it's like one of those horror movies that makes you question stuff after the fact, after you're watching when you're an adult. Because I watched like there's certain scenes like with John Stewart, like he gets his eye, his eyeball
Hmm.
jammed with a pin,
Hmm.
and then he loses his eye and he has to wear an eye patch, like basically when everybody's back to their normal self. Sorry, spoiler alert. But Zeke's teacher who gets decapitated. Sorry, another spoiler alert in a crash.
Hey, it's like a 20-something-year-old spoiler. If you haven't seen it yet, sorry.
You put their head back on and she's completely normal at the end of the movie.
I
So
didn't
I'm
think
like, how
about
is she
that.
still functioning?
I didn't even think about that. That's true. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. And
I had forgotten about that actually, that she got decapitated and then she picked her head up and put it back.
yeah, and the energy between Zeke and his teacher was a little bit weird. I'm sure we were all probably kind of like,
There was a lot of things that were kind of strange and questionable back in those days of movies,
it
but
was a different time. Yeah, it was a different time. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. And what's your next one?
I picked Scream by Wes Craven because, and I mean the OG Scream, not like the MTV TV series. I never watched that. As far as I'm concerned, that doesn't
We
exist.
don't know her.
Not to be mean, but like no. Uh, but anyway, like no, I that Scream is my one of my favorite Halloween movies because we actually watched it. We were kids when it came out, and it was like super scary back then because it was like it was like the first like slasher film that we had ever seen, growing up. So it was like really, really terrifying. I remember like me, my sister, and like my family, like my cousins and stuff, like we were all watching it like in my aunt and uncle's house in their library, and like it was really just the vibe was just creepy. Like and it was such a creepy movie. And the scene at the beginning with Drew Barrymore, oh my God, like that scene is intense. It's just like it's like the way that they chose to open it with that scene was wild. Like I mean, that is an unforgettable scene. If you
Hmm.
haven't seen Scream, which I'm sure most of you probably have, because it's a very popular movie, and I'm sure most of you, I mean, I'm sure like everybody who's watching this has probably seen it, but it's such a good movie, and it's just, it's there's a lot of violent behavior that happens against teens, but it's also campy too in its own way, and
Hmm.
because Matthew Lillard, like he's hilarious. I know he's like bad, but like it's fun. And then also like Skeet Ulrich and Nev Campbell. Like Nev Campbell's one of my favorite Final Girls, and Sydney Prescott, I should say, is one of my favorite Final Girls. But yeah, that's just I love that movie. It's a lot of fun.
That's actually on my list too. So yeah, twinning. But yeah, it's a great horror movie. And like she said, it was like the first like foray that I could for me like remember that like kind of welcomed me into the horror film genre because I remember watching like Interview with the Vampire when I was a kid, but I was way too young to watch that. So like it was just in a kind of like one of those movies I watched in a haze where I couldn't really remember pieces of it. But Scream was the first horror movie that I actually remember watching everything like and you know processing it all. I still have a very visceral reaction to it because it's like so like Drew Barrymore, she's an amazing actress, and that scene is just it's gut wrenching, like it is. And Nev Campbell, like she said, Sydney Prescott, Final Girl, like one of my favorite Final Girls. So yeah, it's definitely a top up there.
Yeah, and then my other favorite is The Halloween Tree by Mario Peluso. That's an animated movie. It's actually based on the book by Ray Bradbury, and it's such oh my God, it's such a heartbreaking movie. It's like about all these boys that go trick or treating, and they have their friend Pipkin, and like they go to pick him up for trick or treating, and he's like really sick, and they're just like, it's not Halloween without Pipkin, and so they meet Mr. Moundshroud, this like skinny, creepy dude. And they take him like or he takes them on like this journey where like they're going to all these different like I guess different countries and they're like learning about their different Halloween traditions. And I remember thinking that was really cool getting to see something like that. And then they kind of find out that he's like basically it's almost like Mr. Moundshroud's basically like the angel of death in some way because like he's there he's basically trying to get Pipkin's soul like it's just but yeah I really liked it because there was an innocence to the way the movie was done. It just makes me think about childhood every time I see it because I just remember when I watched it at the time, like because I like sad movies, like I like sad things, so I enjoyed it because it was a sad movie, and I was an emo kid, still emo adult, but it just really spoke to me because it was just very like it was a very sad, emotional movie about kids like just it's just a really good Halloween movie, and I like I said I like the fact they share the culture because like they got to learn about Dia de los Muertos and different things, but it was just a really neat film, and I actually prefer the adaptation movie better than the book. Like I read the book too, but I think the movie is a lot better. It's a really good movie. It's just give it a watch. You'll see when you watch it.
How did I forget that movie? How did I forget that? It's so sad.
Mhm.
But yeah, and at some point we're planning on doing a list of our favorite book to screen adaptations, like the ones that we love, because it is kind of a crazy thing to think about the ones that you think did better as a book or better as a movie. But on to my next pick. I chose Fright Night.
Oh
And
my God, I forgot about that one too.
directed by Tom Holland, not the actor Tom Holland. And it's the 1985 version, not the 2011 version, but I like that one too. But anyway, like the original one, like that is such a good vampire movie. Like it is, like it just like it feels very 80s. Like when you
Hmm.
watch it, like it brings on a nostalgia for you, and then you're like you like I know some of the special effects are a little bit on the cheesy side, we know, but it was the 80s, but hey, they did the best that they could and they
I thought they
made
were really
it
good.
exactly and they
They
made
were they had
yes.
the nice grossness
Yeah,
of
they did.
horror
They
movie.
did, yeah. And it delivered the message that it was supposed to. Like,
Hmm.
it was campy, it was scary because it was scary.
Hmm.
It was fun and it was sexy because
Jerry the
Jerry.
vampire.
I mean, that scene at the club, the dance scene at the club. Come on now,
I mean,
come
when
on.
Jerry goes full vampire, it's pretty gross.
Yeah,
Right? He's not Edward Cullen. He doesn't sparkle. No shade to Edward Cullen because we're Twilight fans too. So
Jerry said, "I do not
but
sparkle."
yeah, no, yeah, I agree though. I love Fright Night. I completely forgot that this is a hard list. This is her idea to do this, and this was a hard list to make because I have more than five favorite Halloween movies. So
You have
I
been here
yeah
forever.
yeah I know. But yeah, I loved it. I love it too. So yeah, you watch that one. You can also watch the remake with Colin Farrell
And
and
Anton
Anton Yelchin. Yes, yeah, that one's a good one too. It's a good
we
remake.
actually went to a screening for that when it first was coming out. Like we can talk about it now. The NDA is probably long gone, expired, and all that stuff. But yeah, we went to a screening. None of the actors were there. It was just like some of the I think like the director
Yeah,
was there.
and like I think it's like People or something.
Yeah, yeah. But it was exciting. It was fun to be able to be a part of a screening for that movie because it's one of our favorite vampire movies. So being able to go to a screening for it was pretty cool.
Hmm.
But yeah, so
Yeah, my number four is Hocus Pocus. Well, not number four, like because like we said, no, we're not doing this
in
in
no
any
particular
particular order. But Hocus Pocus is another one of my favorites. I think it's like most people's favorite because I love the Sanderson sisters. I love Thackeray Binks. I love everybody in them. I love every character in the movie. Even what's his name? The smelly breath, the zombie guy that comes. I love him too. But yeah, like it's just such a fun movie and it has such a like good Halloween vibe. Like that movie, like of course, I mean it takes place during Halloween, but it's just it feels like autumn. Like when I remember growing up and like when Hocus Pocus was coming on, like you knew that Halloween was coming because it was like you didn't see it during like regular seasons of the year. It literally started during the Halloween season. So as soon as that was coming on, I was like, Halloween's coming, like the leaves are changing colors, it's getting cold outside, and like it just fits the vibe perfectly. So I really really love Hocus Pocus. I think it's such a cute fun movie, and like of course growing up like I thought it was a little like there was movies I thought were a little scary, but like it's really just more cute and just really a lot of fun. And yeah, it just has such a warm fuzzy nostalgic vibe for me every time I watch it.
I think that another movie that has that Halloween vibe, and I'm actually dropping off a pick because of this, because you made me think about the fall vibes thing, and I picked the Headless Horseman,
I
the
have that on
cartoon.
my list.
I picked the cartoon version of that,
Ichabod.
the 1949 one, because like she said, like it's a like that cartoon feels very fall, and it's very scary too. Like, because I mean, we were young kids. Like I remember being young kids watching that when my mom was taking a nap. Like we being in our little playroom and having Disney Channel on as kids, and then you see like Ichabod Crane, the Headless Horseman, and you watch it, and it was just fun. Like it was scary, but it was fun. So I'm like, we've always been into horror movies. Like we've
Hmm.
always did love the horror genre because it's so creative. It's a genre where people get to do a lot of unique things. Like I
Hmm.
do have my limits though with horror movies because some can get a little bit crazy.
Hmm.
So it has to
Yeah.
have a good story for me to be like, yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah, because like, and then also since we're talking about it, because you had Sleepy Hollow and I did too, so it's like it's the Tale of Ichabod Crane, I think that's what it's
Mhm.
called. But and then I
It's like
also
Ichabod Crane and the frog or
yeah,
the toad or something like that.
yeah, it's like I guess like the two movie things. Like I
Yeah,
don't know,
like two
because
for one.
it was a short film. Like it was like
Mhm.
one of those little like Disney type shorts that they used to do or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, I also added like I kind of cheated and I mixed in like Sleepy Hollow, the one that Tim Burton did, because they're both my favorites for Halloween movies. Because I love like since she already talked about the cartoon, I love I love Tim Burton's version because I love how dark it is. And like I just love how like it's got like it's like the color tone of it, like the color saturation of it. I like that dark gray, black, like it feels like it has that eerie Halloween vibe also.
Mhm.
I know it's not just I know they don't just play it during the Halloween season, like it'll like pop up randomly on TV sometimes and I'll watch it then, but it just has like such a cool vibe. Like it's got like it's as scary like to me as the cartoon version is because with the little me was very scared of the cartoon version, and then grown up me like got was scared by this one because the special effects that Tim Burton did with that one with Christopher Walken, the headless horseman. Oh my god, those teeth! Like homeboy need to go to the dentist, okay? But yeah, like it was very creepy, and I love the little twist that they had with it with the stepmother. But yeah,
That was wild.
and then also had twins too,
I know.
but they were evil. Like, well, one was evil, one was evil. Why is there always one evil twin? Like, why do they always do that? Anyway, more on that kind of stuff later.
I think they do like an evil twin type of thing because it's like the light and dark. Like one side represents lightness and one side represents darkness, which is very weird to me. Like in all our lives, yes, we were asked that question: which one's the evil twin? Like
Both of us? Just kidding. Just seriously, just kidding. They're not
okay, so my other favorite movie, number five. This actually ended up being number five now. It's Vampire in Brooklyn, which is also another movie that was done by Wes Craven, and it stars Eddie Murphy, Angela Bassett, Alan Payne, Kadeem Hardison, and the late John Witherspoon. It's such a good movie that was done to show, and it shows that it's a movie that features black actors at the forefront. Like it's the first movie that where black people that from my generation that I watched, that they got to be vampires because
Mhm.
there's this common thing.
Be
Yeah,
vampires.
exactly. There's this common thing where, yeah, we've heard it time and time again. Anybody who is a Twilight fan knows what happened when Eddie Gazzegi was cast
And Laurent.
as Laurent. People lost their minds, and
Mhm.
it was ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous. Vampires are not real people. Vampires
Mhm.
can be black people.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, like Eddie Murphy, like that movie is so underrated. Like it
Mhm.
is, like Vampire in Brooklyn, and it's 30 years old now.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
while we're recording this, this is the 30th anniversary for it,
Wow.
which is crazy. And it's such a good movie. And I think a lot of people need to watch it because it shows that Black people can lead stories like this because we're typically underestimated when it comes to the horror genre, which obviously we know people know differently now after watching things like Sinners.
Mhm.
Hello. But it's good, and like Eddie Murphy plays like he does like multiple roles, obviously like not Nutty Professor type ways, like it's in ways that make sense for his character that he's
Mhm.
playing because he's a vampire, and his character as the vampire Maximilian is so smooth and charismatic, and he's just really good. Like Eddie Murphy,
Mhm.
he's just amazing in the movie. Like I highly recommend it. And Angela Bassett, it's Angela Bassett. Hello, like come on, like why wouldn't you watch a movie with Angela Bassett? Angela Bassett is phenomenal. But yeah, like it's fantastic. Like I love like the special effects, the makeup, all of it. Like everything was done so well. So you just need to check it out.
Yeah, because it's like like Jasmine says, like it's campy and silly, but also it's got like darkness and like scary things and
Mm-hmm.
gore and stuff like that. So yeah, that one's a good one. I didn't even think about that on my list, but yeah, that's a good one too. I think we already went through five because like I think my Sleepy Hollow was like number five too because I checked my list and I was like I got everything.
Well, I'll be nice, and then we can do a bonus. Like we can pick. We want to pick one bonus or two bonus films.
Well, my bonus film, I guess I would say, is The Addams Family. I love that one a lot because I just like I love Wednesday Addams. Wednesday Addams is like the best. Like I love Wednesday Addams. Like if I was a little kid living in like that house, like I would be Wednesday Addams because that's like I identified very much with Wednesday Addams when I was growing up. Like even though I'm like black, obviously, like I identify with the emo Wednesday Addams vibe, so I get it. Like I understood her.
And Christina Ricci is just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, really. And what's crazy is like she's saying that she identifies, even that she identified with Wednesday, even though she's black. And what we watched, we watched this documentary that talks about like black television. I think it was on the documentary
Hmm.
about black television, and it was talking about black people and black women and how we didn't see ourselves growing up when we were looking at TV. And like one of the black women, I can't remember which actress it was that said it. They were saying that they looked at the brunettes, and the brunettes on screen were who they used as their black representation, like what they basically related to.
Hmm.
So I was like, whoa, because that's literally how we've always been. Like I've always been like that. So that's why I've been drawn to people like like the Christina Ricci's, the
Hmm.
Nev Campbells of the world, because that's what it is for me. But my bonus film that I picked is Suspiria, and I picked the 2018 version directed by Luca Guadagnino. And
I
even
almost
though
put that on my list,
even though the
but I
1977
thought you would, so that's why I didn't.
even though the 1977 version by Dario Argento was good, I prefer
Lucas,
yeah, Luca's more.
me too.
And which is funny, which is it's crazy because like Dakota Johnson's in there, Mia Goth, Chloe Grace Moretz, Tilda Swinton, and it's just like Dakota Johnson. I love her. We love her, and she's playing the role of Susie, and like she's just such a good actress, and she grabs your attention and keeps it the entire movie. And the film is literally like it's a long movie, but
Mm-hmm.
it is a journey the entire time. Like I love the way that Luca Guadagnino breaks it up into the different acts,
Mm-hmm.
and the colors are so there's the use of reds, like just all these things, and like the final sequence in the movie, like
The dancing and
the
you're talking about the what is it?
the
What did he call?
Black Sabbath. That's
Yes,
what he called it,
yeah,
Black Sabbath. That final sequence, when I watched it in the movie theater, I'm not even kidding. I cried.
yeah,
Like
me
I
too.
cried. I'm the weirdo who cries
During
during
a
a
horror
horror movie.
movie, yeah.
It has to be a good story for me to do it though. Like I said, it has to be a good story. And that one actually made me cry. And so like I actually really enjoyed that film, and that's why I ended up making it a bonus pick for me.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too. And like she said, like I mean, no shade to Dario Argento, but I like Luca's version better because I felt like it was honestly I felt like Dario Argento's version was kind of cheesy. Oh my God,
Somebody's gonna come
there's
for
gonna
you.
be a major Suspiria fan that's gonna come for me in the comments, but I'm so sorry. I felt like Lucas felt like I mean obviously like there were moments too where I felt like he got a little campy
Yeah.
like in the Dario Argento territory too, but I also felt like his was a little bit more like his was a little scarier to me. I felt like
Mhm.
to me Dario's wasn't as scary as I wanted it to be. Sorry, yeah, I just felt like it wasn't as scary as it could have been. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I was looking for something that I shouldn't have been looking for in it, but either way, like I prefer Luca's version.
I feel like with Darius, he leaned more into the psychological horror aspect of it. But I feel like with Lucas, there was a balance of him doing the psychological and the visceral aspect of it with like the body horror, because the body
Yeah,
horror
there's
is
massive body horror in this it's just it's
like,
crazy. It's crazy. If you have a lot of body horror and like you don't want to see like things contorting into like weird like positions, don't watch that one. But it's a good movie though. Like I
yeah,
mean, there's a scene that's pretty rough to get past, but I mean like there I mean really like honestly I think that's the roughest scene, like the ballet studio scene
yeah.
with that scene like because I feel like there was like other scenes, but like I feel like that one for me was like the one that I was like, I wanted to cover my face, but I was like, at the same time, I
And I
needed to
wanted
see
to
what
help
was
her.
happening.
And I wanted to help her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so those are our picks for this Halloween. So if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And we're gonna leave, as she said, we're gonna leave the links so that you guys can find the movies that we recommended for you. And we hope you all have a
Happy
happy and safe
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yes. Happy
So
and safe.
until the next time.